Something to talk about this morning, the end of an era at the Register Guard. Bob Welch spent 24 years working at the newspaper, 14 of those years as a columnist.
Earlier this month, he retired from that position to pursue the next chapter in his life. But he says he's not going anywhere. He still has stories to tell. You'll just find him in a different place.
These days, when Bob Welch sits down to work in his home office, he's wearing one less hat.
Shipping. I sold a Cascade Summer to somebody in Pennsylvania.
He's focusing on Bob Welch, the author, who already has 16 books to his credit, including Cascade Summer, which takes readers with him on his trek along Oregon's Pacific Crest Trail, and 52 Little Lessons from It's a Wonderful Life, a book that came to Bob after watching the classic holiday movie year after year.
The reason that George Bailey wound up on that bridge that snowy night at Christmas Eve was because of self-pity.
But he'll always remember his time as Bob Welch, the columnist, even that very first Register Guard column 14 years ago.
It was a kind of an introductory column, and I remember saying that I don't see myself as someone who sort of tells you how to think, or I'm not going to be the guy that weighs in on every city council issue and says they should do this. It's just not who I am. It's not what I'm good at. I said I see myself as sort of a trail guide. We're going on a hike, and I'm the leader, but I'm also hiking with you.
Bob wrote 3 columns a week during his time at the Guard, nearly 2,000 opportunities to share all kinds of stories with his readers. And his favorite part?
Clearly the privilege that it was to be allowed into people's lives.
Now, even though his column days are behind him, there's always a story to be told. Or as Bob says, an adventure to be had. As he's learning, you just have to be open to it.
You know, a few years ago, I'm writing a 52 Little Lessons from It's a Wonderful Life, and in the morning, and a cat starts walking across the keyboard. And so I think, wow, I could write a kid's book about a magical cat that could write a book. And then the little naysayer on my shoulder says, you can't do that. You're not a children's author. But that's exactly the challenge that I like, because then I go, wait a minute, who says I can't do that?
Bob released his first children's book, Keyboard Kitten, earlier this year. And now it's time to look ahead to the next chapter of his life and imagine the possibilities.
I've had a lot of people in the last few days, you know, email me and stuff, and I say, you know, I'm not going away. I'm still kind of doing what I've always done. I try to inspire people and make them laugh with words, whether written or spoken, and that's what I'll continue to do.
And don't let that word retirement fool you. Bob will continue to do public speaking engagements, teach writing to students at the University of Oregon, and run his writing group called the Beachside Writers. And readers can continue to follow him through his blog at bobwelch.net.
Now, what an amazing career he's
absolutely.
had.
The first thing I said to him is, I said, Bob, you need to write a fiction novel, because all of his books are nonfiction except for his children's story.
Right.
I think he'd be amazing at it. He's not quite so sure about that yet. It's something that, you know, he'll think about. But
he should dabble in it a little bit and see
so
how
I told
it goes.
him.
Yeah.
I said, there's no rules in fiction. You can do anything you want.
Yeah,
so.
and the Keyboard Kitten, by the way, is so cute. I know we featured that earlier this year, and what a cute story with, you know, all the little Oregon elements in it. It was really cool.
Yeah. So good luck to him.
Yes.
There's more wonderful things to come from him, I'm sure.